Slightly higher than the four great heavenly kings, the next realm is the Tavatimsa heaven. This is the heaven of the 33 gods. Why is it called the heaven of the 33 gods? Because these 33 gods rule that heaven. And the king is called Sakka Devaraja. Cantonese we call it Yok Wong Tai Tai. Thi Kong in Hokkien. In this heaven, one celestial day is 100 human years. And their lifespan is 1,000 celestial years. That means 36 million human years, so long. And these devas here look very beautiful and young. They look maybe like a 16-year-old. And until they die, after 36 million human years, until they die, they still remain like that. Remain so young. They still look so young. And the devas there are spontaneously reborn. Immediately, if you are destined to be reborn there, the moment you die here, you reappear there. And then if you reappear in heaven, within the boundary of Devaraja, you either become his son or his wife. So these devas, because their blessing is so great that they have a lot of wives. Now in this Tavatimsa heaven, there is another type of devas called asuras. And these asuras, they once a year, it seems, probably heavenly year, they fight with these 33 gods, because they were formerly in that heaven. It seems, because these asuras, they have a nature of fighting, and they also like to get drunk. And one day when they were drunk, they were thrown out of that heaven. It seems they fell into the ocean. They go and fight with these 33 gods once a year. And this story is not only in Buddhism, it's also in Hinduism. And there is a similar thing in the Bible also. In the Bible it's mentioned that Michael the archangel fought with Satan and chased him out of heaven. This probably comes from the same source, because some of these holy men, they practice until they can attain deep states of concentration where they have psychic power to look into the heaven and see. But over the years, these stories can get distorted. So, in this heaven, in these heavens, you also have animals, like it is mentioned that one day Sakka Devaraja went riding on his horse. He has a chariot pulled by 1,000 white horses, and these white horses can fly. So one day he was spotted by these asuras, and these asuras chased him. So he has a driver by the name of Mahathera. He asked this, and this Mahathera was driving very fast, but they were driving so fast they were about to hit some trees with the birds' nests there and young birds there. And this Sakka Devaraja, because he's such a good man, he told his driver to avoid hitting the birds and killing the birds. He said, turn around. So the 1,000 horses just turned around. And then when these asuras saw him turning around, they thought must be other devas coming from behind, and the asuras ran away. Now, some of these devas here can be quite huge. It is mentioned that there was some deva who came to see the Buddha, and the body was as big as 2 or 3 village fields, probably rice fields or something. And there is one asura by the name of Rahu, who is very huge. It seems he's so huge that when sometimes he goes in front of the moon, he can almost eclipse the moon. And one day, this asura Rahu, he caught the moon deva by the name of Chandima. He wanted to maybe kill and eat this Chandima, this deva on the moon. And this deva on the moon, he shouted to call the Buddha for help. So when the Buddha knew, the Buddha immediately asked this asura Rahu to let the moon deva loose. So because he's compassionate, he wants to help this deva. So this Rahu immediately released the moon Deva, went back to his heaven, and he was shivering all over. And the Asura king asked him, "Why are you shivering?" He said, "Just now," he related what happened. He said, if he had not released that moon Deva, his head would have split into 7 pieces. Which is possible because when the Buddha says something, you cannot change his words. Now, in the suttas, it is mentioned that once in a while, the 33 gods will meet. They have what they all committee having this meeting tonight. So they also have their committee meeting. 33 gods will meet, and when the 33 gods meet, then these 4 great heavenly kings have to come and report to them, for example, what is happening in the human realm. And these 33 gods will be sitting in the seats. And these 4 great heavenly kings, when they come to the 33 gods, they have to stand out of respect. They have no place to sit. They have to stand out of respect for the 33 gods. And sometimes when the 33 gods are meeting, Brahma, Pantin Wong, Brahma, the Deva, will come. When Brahma, this heavenly Deva comes, from far they can see a ball of light, a shining ball of light flying very fast towards them. And then these 33 gods know that Brahma is coming. They quickly stand out of respect. And then, if he wants to talk with a particular Deva, he'll come in front of that Deva. Then he'll change his form from a ball of light, and will change to appear like a 33, one of the 33 gods. He'll take that form. And then he'll talk with them. And they have to stand out of respect when they talk to him. And after talking with them, then he will fly off again as a ball of light. Now it is mentioned in the Sakkapanha Sutta that some of these devas they still have a bit of dukkha, in the sense that they can be jealous. For example, this is mentioned here that this Deva Panchasika, he fell in love with a Devi, but the Devi wasn't interested in him. So this kind of thing can also happen. So he had to get the help of the Deva Raja to get that Devi. And Sakka Deva Raja, he came to see the Buddha and he listened to the Dhamma, and it's mentioned that he became a Sotapanna. He's also an Arya. Now this Sakka Deva Raja, his blessings is so great that he has a palace called the Vejayanta Palace, mentioned in the Majjhima Nikaya Sutta 37. And this palace has 100 towers, 100 towers. And each tower has 700 upper chambers. And each upper chamber has 7 Devis, his wives. 7 Devis in each upper chamber. If you calculate, that means he has 490,000 wives, Devis. And each of his wives has 7 maids to look after each of his wives. So you see, his blessings is so great. So if you are interested to know how to become Sakka Deva Raja, I tell you the formula here. It is mentioned by the Buddha that when Sakka Deva Raja was a man, he practiced 7 things that helped him become Sakka Deva Raja. One was, he said, as long as I live, he said as long as he lives, he will support and take good care of his parents. Number 2, he will revere the head of the family. He will respect the head of the family. Then number 3, he wants to be very generous. He's a very generous person. And then number 4, he never wants to be angry. No matter what happens, he's never angry. And then another 3 things concern speech. One is he'll always speak gentle speech, never coarse speech, never angry speech. Another one, he'll always speak truthfully, never tell lies. Another one, the last one, he doesn't carry tales to cause people to quarrel or fight. He's not a malicious tale bearer. So he practiced these 7 things. Looked after his parents. He respect the families. Then he's very generous. He's never angry. Always speaks gentle speech. Speaks truthfully and never carry tales to make quarrel. And the Sakadeva Raja also presently he's always constantly keeping the 8 precepts, and he always advised his devas also, other devas, to keep the 8 precepts. And this Sakadeva Raja, one day in one sutta is mentioned that he came out of his palace to go go out, and he paid homage to the 4 directions. And his driver asked him, Deva Raja, he said, human beings and other beings pay homage to you. Who are you paying homage to? Then he said he's paying homage to the Aryas, those people who cultivate the spiritual path. And secondly, he said he pays homage to all the good men, the good laymen, who are very responsible, who take care of their families and keep the precepts, etc. So you see, even Sakadeva Raja also pay respect to some of you. Good laymen. So if you keep your precepts, one day you can join him up there. Now, this Anuruddha, Arahant Anuruddha, has very great psychic power. And one day, one of his former wives, also from this heaven of the 33, by the name of Jalini, came to see him. And this wife probably was longing for him and wanted him to be reborn in heaven. But he told the wife that he's finished with rebirth. How come this wife would come and see him? Because this heaven, one day is 100 human years. So he was in the heaven of the 33, he died, passed away from there, and he came to the earth maybe after, say for example, 40 years, he's an Arahant, 40 years old. But at 40 years old is only half a day in the heaven, not even half a day. So the wife, after half a day, looking for him, found him in the human plane. So could still come and talk to him. In another sutta, this Anuruddha one day was visited by several very beautiful devis. And these devis of beautiful form, they had a few abilities. One, they could be as happy as they wanted any moment. Another thing was they could make any kind of music they wanted immediately. And then the third thing was they could change their color. So they came to talk to this Arahant Anuruddha, and they told him that this ability they have. And then immediately they changed their color. Some of them were blue, all blue. Some were white, some were... And he was looking at them, appreciating their beautiful colors. And after that, they played music for him, all kinds of heavenly music. But then, being an Arahant, he knew how to control himself. So they thought, oh, he's not enjoying our music, so they went off. Now these devas, normally they die when their karmic, their blessings as a deva is completed. They've used up their karma as a deva, and then they die off and take rebirth. But it is mentioned sometimes they can die because of forgetting to eat, They enjoy themselves so much and they forget to eat. Every living being must eat, And even these devas also, they have to eat, but they eat different things. But they enjoy so much, they forgot to eat, then they die. Another way they can die, it seems, is they can be over angry. Because they have very fine bodies, and they become too angry, their body cannot take it. So suddenly they die. That's the peculiarity. Sometimes as human beings we get too angry, so we get a headache.